How should we respect our parents? Welcome to the Summit Study Hall. My name is Dre, and that's our vital question of the day today. By looking at some Bible verses which speak on the topic, we'll attempt to come to a few answers of our own. So let's not waste any time and jump right into our very first verse of the day, which comes from Colossians 3:20. And that simply states, always obey your parents. So our first answer is simply by obeying them. This verse clearly states that which we all know to be true. Obedience fosters honor, which is another answer we'll get to later on in the talk. But when we obey our parents, what we're saying to the world and to God Himself is that we love them and care about what they have to teach. It says that we trust their guidance and that we put our upbringing in their hands, which is itself a sign of immense compassion. Verse number 2, Proverbs 13:1. A wise child accepts a parent's discipline. A mocker refuses to listen to correction. So our answer is by accepting their discipline. Of course, sometimes we get off track and maybe we don't obey the way we should. So discipline enters the picture. But by accepting it and not refusing our parents' direction, we can know that we're being taught and trained by the people who love us most to be the best version of ourselves possible. God Himself disciplines us when we need it, and it always comes from a place of unconditional love. That's the same way our parents see us, through eyes of unconditional, unceasing love. Verse number 3, Exodus 20:12. Honor your father and mother. Then you will live a long, full life in the land the Lord your God is giving you. So our answer is by honoring them. This is what we mentioned a little bit earlier, that obedience fosters honor. So when we obey, we're honoring our parents as well, because we're showing them, ourselves, and the world around us that they know what's right for us. We can also honor them by putting their teachings into practice and doing what's right in any given situation. That also proves to those around us that we were brought up with a good moral education, and that at the end of the day, our mothers and fathers are to be praised. Verse number 4, Proverbs 23:25. So give your father and mother joy. May she who gave you birth be happy. Our answer? By making them proud. The act of honoring them ultimately leads to making them proud. If we care about them and want the best for them, as they do for us, then every choice we make, we'll ask ourselves, is this something my parents would be proud of? Making our parents proud is about more than just doing well in life and achieving success. It's about becoming the person God created us to be. It's about fulfilling our God-given destinies, and to forever be grateful to our parents for instilling in us the love and compassion our hearts now hold. Finally, our last verse comes from Proverbs 4:3. For I, too, was once my father's son, tenderly loved as my mother's only child. So our last answer is by receiving their love. Finally, the ultimate way we can show our parents respect is by openly receiving their love and returning it in kind. To know that we're loved and to recognize the sacrifices our parents made for us is one of the most sincere ways of showing them that we're thankful for all they've done. Allowing ourselves to be loved is such a deeply embedded characteristic to having a good life. And why not allow ourselves to be loved by the people who ultimately love us the most? Our parents are the reason for our lives and upbringing. We should always remember that and carry their love for us in our hearts, no matter where our journeys may take us. So let's do a quick recap. How should we respect our parents? By obeying them, by accepting their discipline, by honoring them, by making them proud, and by receiving their love. So with that, we close out another installment. But today, I actually wanted to take some extra time and bring some attention to a personal situation. Speaking of parents today, I just wanted to shine the spotlight on my own mother for a minute and tell everyone a little bit about her journey. When I was younger, about 25 years ago now, both of my parents came down with individual cancers. And while my dad didn't make it, my mom did, and would go on to beat the disease another 4 times throughout the years. She's now overcome cancer on 5 separate occasions. And later today, actually, we're going to her oncologist to hear the results of a recent CT scan she had done. We've been praying that everything turns out well and that we walk out of his office with good news to report. So I just wanted to use one of the only platforms I have, this podcast, and plead with anyone listening, if you could please keep my mother, Gabriella Carlin, in your prayers for the day, and for many more afterwards. She is, in very real terms, my best friend, and know that God will make sure she's as healthy as possible. But miracles also require prayer. And that's why I'm asking for anyone's help at all. Anyone listening, even if it's a month from now, a year, or a decade. I wouldn't be alive today if it wasn't for her. Nothing is more important to me and my life than showing my mom what I can do, and to have her see me become the person God created me to be. I can't thank all of you enough, even in advance, for your sympathetic thoughts, good energy, and many prayers. My mom truly is one of a kind, and for anyone who loves their parents, I'm sure you know the feeling. Thank you again, and my prayers, like always, are for God to bless us all, indeed. Until tomorrow, and every day after, take care.